It's Monday, October 14th, coming up live on The View. Gavin DeGraw's guest co-hosting to kick off your week with the hottest topics everyone's talking about. Plus, Star Jones is back on The View to get into the hottest legal cases making headlines. The Jew's Michael Simon. And Gavin's hitting the stage to perform live. It all starts right now on The View.
To The View, we walked out to the hit I Don't Wanna Be by our guest co-host, the fabulous Gavin DeGraw.
It is not only fabulous, but handsome and sweet and single and eligible, right?
I think so.
When we did, Gavin DeGraw was my competitor on Dancing with the Stars. If you remember Gavin from Dancing with the Stars with Karina. Before Gavin, but this is what I remember. I was crying. That was me doing my Proud Mary. I was crying so hard, and all I remember is Gavin coming to comfort me.
Yes.
And just saying, "I'm so sorry you're going home." He was like, "I'm so sorry you're going home," and I'm like, "Well, then why don't you go?"
I was right behind you, though. I really was. Well, it's funny because I was expecting to go home literally at any moment, and I remember when I got to LA to do the show. I put my luggage down, but I never unpacked because I was expected to go home immediately.
I went to the apartment.
What does today mean? I'm sorry.
So I said I rented an apartment. I thought I was gonna be there.
But then you come to us and you keep your hat on, so you're not sure how you're going to do today, but you're going to be fine.
I hope I'll be all right.
You're in good hands.
Now, later on you're going to be performing a song from your new CD, Make a Move.
Show, so just take a rest.
So, just so y'all know, it goes on sale tomorrow. No, wait. Do you think you're... Wait. Fans are excited to hear it? Wait. You think your fans are going to be really happy with it, baby?
Everyone but her.
She's only going to be happy with you.
You talked a little bit that you were a little bit nervous about it, about the release.
Always nervous, you know. Every
You're
time.
so successful. Why are you nervous?
Well, thank you, but I think that every time I put out a new song or a new album, I'm always fearful that perhaps it's going to either indicate the beginning of a new level or the beginning of the end. So every time you put something out, you're never quite sure which direction it's going to go.
That's true with everybody. Yeah. I mean, that's why we have anxiety dreams, and no matter how secure you think you are, you're not.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you ever
it's
get
true.
to
It's
the
interesting.
I'm sorry, I was just going to say, but I think that's a good thing because it means you're not complacent about what you're doing. And anytime you are putting out something new, you should get butterflies. You should be ready.
I do feel like, too, when you're under pressure always, that you become more creative, I think. It's when you get lazy that you don't.
Does it help being a musician?
Yeah.
Well, when you're a musician, does it help you think the more vulnerable you are in your music, that your fans get it, or you do a facade? Like, is this the real Gavin DeGraw?
Well, it's funny. It's a good question because I think that there's that battle within as far as to what degree your art represents you personally, and to what degree
do you want people to know?
And how much can you?
Because just before we walked out, I said to you, are you married? Do you want to be married? Is there a girlfriend? And you said, you can ask me anything. And I thought, you've got to be careful. I may not want to embarrass.
Yeah, sure.
So we don't know how far to push.
I always have the option of lying. So that's the beauty of it all.
Well, speaking of such things, let's get to it. Hey, Miley Cyrus is on top of the charts right now, and she says she controls her career. She says the music industry is run by people who are 40 years too old and that, quote, can't be like this 70-year-old Jewish man that doesn't leave his desk all day telling me what the clubs want to hear. I'm going out. I know what they want to hear.
Well, it's very interesting. I think, because Miley's 20 years old. She's successful. At 20, she doesn't have a filter. I kind of got what she was saying. I think the message of what she was saying got messed up by the fact that she said Jewish.
Right. And a little bit ageist, but I can understand. The thing that she was saying is, you have lawyers sometimes come down and give a creative artist notes, and you're like, I'm an artist. The problem is, she clearly used the wrong words.
I think Miley might have been going with some old history, because back in the day, many of the people who ran the music industry were Jewish. So she's a little late, because that has evolved and changed quite a bit in the last, 45 years. But also,
I would listen to anyone that's Jewish. They know how to make some money.
You see, that is an anti-Semitic. Excuse me. That is an anti-Semitic remark.
Oh, I don't know. I
know you don't know.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, when I created the show, one of the things that I wanted very much was for people to be able to say anything and to give their own opinions. But we also have, and I said different backgrounds, different educations, different colors, but we also have to be sensitive. And what means something to one person doesn't necessarily to another. To say all Jewish men, whether they were 45 years ago or not, it sounds to someone who's Jewish a little anti-Semitic. We have to be careful. I can never put myself totally in your position or yours. I can try, and I love you both, but I can never totally understand what you've gone through. So I think you've got to be careful sometimes of what you say.
I think if you've got that, obviously.
I just want to say my point was that all of the history that we know about music in this country in particular is old. Now, you want to talk about, Quincy Jones is maybe 80, and if he made a suggestion to me and I was a musician, I probably would listen. Not because he's 80, but because he knows what he's talking about. So I think when you're 20, you think no one gets it but you, but damn it, people were 20.
I just think you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Again, you have to be sensitive to what you're saying.
I mean, if I look at it, I'm looking at a 20-year-old entertainer who isn't necessarily thinking beyond the next quarter, the next 3 months, 4 months. She's
for shock value. Do you think she's going out there like she said?
I don't think she realized it.
I think what she said.
I don't think she did it deliberately.
I think what she said. I think what she said lacked couth. But I think that ultimately she is being classically what people would say was quote-unquote rock and roll. She's just being rebellious. She ultimately is just selling a lifestyle right now, not necessarily.
Well, not like the Shabbat telethon anymore.
No, she's not.
But to Barbara's point.
No, she's not. Sorry.
Well, I was going to say to Barbara's point, when you have a group of people that say, I'm offended by what you said, because I was talking to Jason Kornblatt, he's not 70, he's very young, and he's Jewish. And I said, well, did that offend you? And he said it absolutely did.
Right.
I felt that she didn't have to bring in the Jewish. So when you have people saying,
but again, I think she's, and I will say this, if you read the history, look at the movies, you look at the things that have been put out there, that I think is where she's going from a stereotype, is basically what she's doing.
Well, it depends. If she said it about all black, I'm not sure that everybody, said it to a particular group of people, that you have
Does
to
it matter to you, Barbara? Can I ask you a question? Does it matter to you that out of the Billboard's Power 100, out of the top 10 powerful most in the music industry, 6 of them are Jewish.
So
I'm saying with what Miley Cyrus said of saying it's a 70-year-old Jewish people, knowing that there's 6 Jewish people out of 10 that are.
I don't think she knew that there were 6 Jewish people.
Oh, at all. So you're right. She's doing all callbacks to the way
You and Whoopi feel things sometimes.
Absolutely.
That no matter how much I care about you, and I do, and the last thing I would want is for either one of you to be hurt. I don't feel it in the same way. She didn't mean it that way. She's a young girl.
No, we
but
know
it
that.
came out that way.
Right.
That's all.
Somebody should let her know.
And it could be offensive.
Yeah.
Period.
I think it lacked taste.
Yeah. Well, speaking of taste, let's go on to something with even more taste. The movie version of 50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey.
They've just lost Christian Grey. Charles Humanaden blames his production schedule on the series Sons of Anarchy for dropping out. But some claim the backlash from fans may have played a role.
I was the female role opener.
Did you all read 50 Shades of Grey?
Yes, we read 50 Shades of Grey. I got all of the accessories that came with it.
But you know,
Yes.
in 50 Shades of Grey, he was so perfect that you didn't exactly mind if he gave you a little whip in the fanny or something, did it?
Oh gosh, I can't believe
I'm offended.
I didn't say that. You would do it.
it makes her tears everywhere.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me, Whoopi.
Oh, no, you can't hit me. You can do, you can. You can't put your hands on.
He was so perfect. He was the handsomest. He was the richest. He was the sexiest. He was the smartest. That's a very hard role to live up to.
You ain't
And
never
I
been
don't know
in
who
this
you're
situation
gonna
where you said, "Come on, spank me, daddy." You
Every week she says that. Every week she says to Sal, spank me, daddy.
Who do you want to see in that role? Because I know you've been wanting to cast it like crazy.
For me, I go, what is the discussion? Where is Chris Hemsworth? Where is he?
Ryan Gosling.
But Ryan Gosling turned it down. Now the guy, they said Matthew Barmer from Magic Mike. People like him. They like Ian Somerhalder.
Just a minute.
Ian Somerhalder.
Okay, at my age, I want Clint Eastwood.